expecting too many surprises here, especially not for a team like CE Calling, as you said, Zesh. They're pretty old school, although is this the Sky that they usually go for?
Yeah, so CE Calling, the CE Calling kind of bind lineup is Cypher, Omen, Raze, Sky, Sova. So far, so good. The only thing they swap up sometimes, Omen and obviously Brimstone. Makes a lot of sense. And now we are just waiting for the final player to be locked in. And this is that.
Yeah, that would certainly be a surprise from what you said. But Lothar, Brimstone versus Brimstone. We don't see this very often these days.
Well, I do prefer Brimstone over Omen on Bind, that's for sure. But Astra is just so astronomical.
And well, that should be a snack, to be fair.
Well, for whom? For Team Liquid?
What a question for CEC, of course.
All right, well, let's focus on what's happening in the pre-setup. A default attack for CE Calling. They destroy quickly the A Showers wall to get control of the orb, which was taken before. No, it's still there. Now Benny with the target gets some map control. He sees Link in the backside. No one else was spotted, but they don't take the control of Showers. They only wanted that orb, and it's important. Both teams are playing with really cheap ultimates. Phoenix and Sky are the ones that will want to farm the orbs, and we're gonna see that from both of those teams. That it's imperative for the success of the attack and for the defense as well to have those ults being used as much as possible. But now a split on B seems to be prepared, and Musashi with the first contact, he sees it.
Oh, yep, there it comes. Musashi strikes, Yumpy out, and this will lead now to an attack further on the side of B. As I say that, Scream does Scream fades, neck and frag found. Nope, there's no stopping with young Scream, and as he still knows where the players are, the streak goes on. The piss round shall belong to him, but Soulcaz is snatching that 4K.
Scream with some snappy flicks. I don't know, I'm surprised, but it's just always cool to watch, right? When we did cast some Team Liquid open qualifier matches, this guy was a beast to watch. But here I have to question, like, CE Calling, the comms were lacking, right? Musashi saw the jet and didn't transfer the knowledge fast enough for Benny to actually not peek that, because he was hit in the back of his head while the info was there, right? So I feel like that some pressure might be mounting up for CE Calling, and they lost the first pistol round, but they go fast through that shot control to get the all. But Scream again with the first blood, the king of kills. Let's see how it will go for more kills, because you know that guy this is the guy that wants to get some orbs. Like on eco rounds, I'm not surprised that Scream goes first and takes some risks, because him getting kills guarantees you a higher win rate in the future rounds if he can just run it back for retakes or even just getting info. So it's pretty crucial, and I like that he's so aggressive here. But Yumpy, okay, peekaboo. But that was a little bit awkward, not gonna lie.
Did someone shoot? Did you hear something?
Like, wait, someone's shooting. I'm gonna go back with the Bucky then.
Ah, it's just a BB. Oh, wait. Actually,
he's being shot a few times, but now he's back, 46 HP. Can he heal? Soulcaz should have the heal, but Scream gets tapped in the meantime, and now they have a Spectre.
But Scream was like, yeah, you know, worry, I'm gonna do that, and I'll take care. But nope, 27 seconds, and the defense is not waffling at all. Yampy low HP, and one click could do it, but Soulcaz from behind is leading that charge, bringing it home, bringing the 2-0 in favor of Team Liquid. And this is something you mentioned, which is so crucial. Scream mentioning, Scream swapping to nothing else than Phoenix is an absolute game changer in my eyes that will absolutely gravitate them to victories more future, because his ult is a second life for the strongest fragger, and it's cheap.
And it's 5 out of 6, so we're most likely gonna see, and exactly this is happening on long B. You see 3 players going for the orb control. They're gonna push that long with the flash. There it goes. Simultaneous. It's the same thing happens in showers. Teams like exchange the game plan. We take this orb, you guys take this orb, and we build up the economy. But now Scream has that running back. He's the first player in this game to have an ult available, and in the bonus round or in the next round, this is gonna be a game changer most likely. So let's see. Scream goes in, gets the kill.
Yeah, well,
Got the spike.
A+ kind of play coming out from him and his teammate as that little Tasmanian tiger concussing him entirely. Musashi doesn't even stand a chance. He is, for me personally, one of the pivotal win conditions, I would say. But let's see. The attack comes. Brimstone, with all his smokes, he pretty much puts Chaos down on the side of A. But will that Chaos, Lucid and Co, remain strong? Because, well, there comes Yumpy flying, and it seems like the airlines of the Finn are pretty much successful enough. The Bucky strikes, Shazon on his own, and the young gun, the 16-year-old, now tries his best, moves around, but Scream on the other side.
Risky
Easy finish.
peek by Shazgan to go for it one way. Oof. I don't know about that one, but Finn Air, his airtime was really impressive. Like Yumpy just went in with the Bucky, hung up in the air, gets a double kill with the Bucky, then Benny pays back with the double kill. But the upgrades are there. This is not the round that Team Liquid should be winning. And look at this. Look at the cash. Look at the bankroll. It's looking tough right now. You don't want to ever lose the third round if you lost the first two. So Team Liquid is just building up economy. They got the upgrades for free, and they still have Scream with his ultimate. And now a slow build up on B in hookah. That's the first contact. They know about the Buckies, and now Cryptics with the molly to stop them from pushing.
Yeah, they will try so, they will do their best, but Scream, it's just a shooting gallery for him. They pretty much open up, and it's the practice range. He just tried to use a bit further. This is live practice range.
Soulcast!
Man,
You're stealing an ace! I mean, it's a conscious
Get him out of
decision. Soulcast, if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have his ultimate, so it's actually very good for him to go for those peaks and get those easy kills. Relatively easy, right? Because they play on a half buy or a odd buy with some sheriffs and small shields maybe. So those are the relatively easy kills for him. So he builds up that economy while Scream was still already full on his ults. Now we're gonna see the full buy from CE Calling. 5 rifles, 2 ultimates, Seekers available, and the Hunter's Fury. Good initiators. There's a running back. Oh, aggressive push on long B.
of course, there you go. And that's the old perfectly used. Information gained, and nobody else in Soulcast capitalizing on it. Here is though the ult coming still. They strike with full force. Scream though has to move away swiftly, and suddenly the problems come in. Musashi has pretty much taken the site together with his teammate. It is still Scream, and here comes nothing else. And the ults. Good night. See you next round. And this brings us to a 2 versus 1. The first time that Liquid could waffle slightly. Link is known. Link is not out though. Look at that spike. It's pretty much on a pedestal, and nobody's gonna take that one away right now.
This is looking good for Liquid unless no hits. Musashi at 34 HP. Was he hit right now?
I think so. It looked a little bit like it.
That was 26 damage.
Yeah. My man is just pretty much a body shot away from dying, and this makes it all so dangerous for them, as they once more could be eradicated off the site.
But good flank by Musashi. Look at this.
True.
Oh, you have to peek.
They don't have the awareness? No way!
Oh.
Finally! No! Oh, Yumpy is going to be one falling down, and the Link has started defusing. Does he half it? Yeah, he halves it, and Shirley is not 100% sure. Still has to make a move, finds the frag, and brings it home. This is nothing else than number 5 for the prancing blue horse from the Netherlands.
What a round. I mean, it was a valiant effort by CE Calling. But you can see a little bit of hesitance coming from them. They have to be calling mid-round like very tough decisions, like what to do in this situation, right? They know about Link, but Brimstone can only peek alone. There's no trade. There's nothing to back off, so he went for that risky peek and paid the price for that. So Lucid is definitely not happy with the outcome of that one, especially since he had the spike. He could have just planned and go back, right? That wasn't necessary. But he went for a risky peek to just get that kill that was relatively easy. But now, here we go. Scream with that one kill.
Oh,
He had to commit because of the orbital strike. But Kuba and Musashi, they get a double kill. And now it's a 4 versus 3. A good opening for CE Calling. This looks actually really doable now. A lot of space opened.
A lot of space opened, and that means Link and Co need to strike with full force. Is he gonna bait Yumpy or not is a question. Well, it doesn't matter. Link's absolutely beheading Shazon. No chance for him, and that means Musashi and Kuba do their best to make it work. But look what's coming from the back lines. Knock, knock. There's a little seeker, and this gives them valuable information.
The jellyfish found the prey, I guess you can say that. But how quick the tables turned. It was 4 versus 3, now it's 2 versus 4. And Yampi gets the kill. Kuba alone, he sees his shoulder, but now, oh man, this is awkward. In 1 versus 4, he heard the teleport, and now he's like, oh no, I'm getting pincered. I'm getting pincered from all sides. How do I survive this? Cryptix probably doesn't even peek, but yet he goes. He is confident, and he dies. Over peeking. Confidence is a slow and insidious killer.
It is. It very much is. But at the same time, you talk about slow. 20 seconds left on that clock, and this pretty much should fling the victory on the side of Liquid, which already would pretty much bring them the kind of half. There comes a little Tasmanian Tiger riding and swiftly making the move. But yeah, I mean, in which universe is that going to work? Not at all. Kuba wants to die before time, I would say, because otherwise it will become problematic economy-wise. And here it goes.
It was such a tough situation for Kuba. Like, everyone knew exactly where he is. He was being flanked. There's a push from Soulcast when he cleared out with the Tiger. So he was either lamps or in a very, very small timing window of timing could have been possible to go showers, but that's like the least likely outcome. So everyone just banged on that lamps control. There was no chance for Kuba to clutch this out. And it's 6-0 for Team Liquid right now. Everything is building up. The economy from Team Liquid looking fantastic. When we see CRC calling, they will be struggling this round. They're gonna go for 4 sheriffs, 1 stinger. And by the way, the stinger, oh my. The nerf didn't really make that gun great anymore. It was too strong, but right now it's so hard to control the recoil on this gun. It mounts up so high. So Benny has to be very close quarters to make this gun really useful. So we'll see what's the plan. It seems like they're just gonna go 5 into hookah with the classic boombot opener for the wall. And I guess that's it. That's the Hail Mary play on the hookah control. But Team Liquid goes for the orb control. Nothing new. Get a flash, and slowly 5 people go towards hookah, towards window. But Cryptix and Soulcast are ready, and Scream is already rotating from spawn to get some a little bit of a control. The drone gets a spot, but that's about it. The smoke stops the push. There's the flash. 1 player goes out and just immediately dies.
There we go. Yeah, not really much to do right here. It seems pretty much like Liquid got a dry track and those soft slicks on, because this is full grip as they take every apex to the max. Talking about it. Yep. Undercut attempt by Musashi, immediately punished for it. And again, if this is not a flawless victory, then I don't know what it could be. Yes, we're early in it, but Soulcast is already showing us what he can do with Sky. Phoenix is joining, that is Scream, and suddenly everyone is lining up. Come on, give him the ace. Pardon, give him the ult. That's the right way.
Oh, nice shot on Cryptix, but Scream gets the final kill. And Cryptix has his orbital strike. Scream is a 5 out of 6. Again, by the way, right? He's building up that old economy. 12 frags, 3 deaths for Scream. Like, this is nutty. And let's take a look at CE Calling. How does that look? They have 5 rifles. All big shields available. The showstopper is 1 off. But I see Musashi being in front of B window, so he doesn't want to go for an orb. He just, I guess, banks on getting a kill. Kuba has the Hunter's Fury, so he can open up with that. Musashi, though, 67 HP, gets the heal from Benny. And slowly but surely they advance towards B, while Chazian is taking control of A short. But Yampi, very confident, just goes forward with the sheriff in hand. Will he get the flank?
Yeah, I mean, the room he's taken. There's a dart in front of him. He could try to hover just over it, but definitely would make a sound. And I would very much imagine it could be Lucid hearing that.
He actually
just
went for that
he made the
when
move.
he When there was a flash, he went through that hoping that no one will hear it when they were flashed, but still, sorry, not Cryptics. That was Lucid with the great awareness. He was still hearing that draft of air when this guy was being was using her flash.
Yeah, and the kind of room they right now took, this is so wicked, so hefty. Yumpy is absolutely aware of what you're trying to plan, and you can't have any of that. This is the triple, and suddenly it seems like the frag movie of the young Finn has started. 3 frags he already got for himself, and there comes the Sheriff. He wants the 4th, and he gets it. My goodness, get this man out of the server, because nobody's as ice cold as he is.
Oh my god. It's all about flashy plays, right? And no one... They don't even have flash.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my, this is so cool. Kuba, I feel like overcommitted. You really don't have to take that angle to shoot the recon arrow here. So that was an unnecessary death, but it was all taking, you know, it's just Yumpy just took the advantage of those. They were just being given to him those opportunities. And right now this looks so dominant by Team Liquid.
And this
3 ults ready for CE calling, but again the flash, the recon arrow, this just signals they're going here, and they are on the lower buy, so Liquid will be ready. Yumpy with the opening first blood again.
Yep, and that is one of the critical ults gone. And there's no coordination in those pushes right now. Poor Kuba running away from the action, trying to make anything work. But nah, ain't happening. 9-0. Team Liquid are exceptionally good at the moment. And a thing that I just very much notice right here is that something that what I did my research found out is the kind of first kill success. So the first kill success is, you know, do you end up as a first death or do you find the first kill? Scream has an world-class 66.21 first kill success in the last 3 months. Musashi 51.56, being that absolute crucial component for this team. The entry fragger, ACS-wise, very similar to Scream. This is something that just CEC are lacking.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is something that you mentioned in the past. CEC is like, this is one of the first time they encounter a top tier European team, right? And this is where you're playing by how much space you're being given to, and Team Liquid doesn't really give any space. But this might be the moment. Musashi gets the kill with the showstopper. Yumpy is gone. Yeah,
Yumpy's gone. It doesn't change the matter of fact that 4 very vigorous players are still on the board, and they know how to decapitate the opponent. Kuba though is striking. Scream is joining it though. Oh, that's a little reckless here from Link. Leaves it to the Belgian, and if there was a man you absolutely want to come in the clutch, it's Adil. Nobody else than Adil. And as he moves over from spawn to the A sites, he's not there in time. Spike will though get down. Have they heard Scream is the question. As he sneaks up, beheads the first. Does he or doesn't he? Here comes the flash. Still takes a different route. Overlaps he goes, wall built up. And as he moves around it, cautious he has to be. Only one he finds. Sign of life is there for the boys of CEC.
You know what's funny? He killed Musashi and hit a headshot on Shazian. He was 10 HP, man.
Look at it.
It's nuts. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, man.
Shazen with the 10 HP after that combat. This could have been ugly. And Scream, he's efficient. This round was reckless from Team Liquid. Like a little bit overconfidence now in Team Liquid when it comes to those peaks. Link with that teleport push was very unprepared to encounter Musashi. Oh, Benny went in for the AWP control. Cryptics is ready. Oh, this is a cool setup. This is a slow Molotov setup to push them back now. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is so cool.
This is very brutal. Take a look at that. Unfortunately, we can't see it, but I think they...
Kuba's just...
Yeah, Kubi's just burning away. This is so wonderful. You just saw the tactical prowess combined in that slow automate of Radiant together with nothing else. And that
what a cool play by Cryptics. And my god, and Link. They found the link together between those skills, you know? It's such a cool setup. Kuba didn't even see that coming.
Down A.
It's incredible what we just saw, really.
One enemy remaining.
And as they try to right now pretty much once more obliterate them, Yumpy Airlines failing. I'm sorry, seems like they ran out of fuel at the same time. Then
maybe the knives were a little bit dull, you know?
Yeah, old ones.
Yep.
It's an old.
You know what I would love to see in Jet's arsenal?
Tell me.
That you have an option to turn your kunais in the Stoneblade to be your default knives. I mean, your equipped knives. Imagine Prime Axes being used instead. Or the karambits.
Ah, now I get you. Now
Like
I
you get
understand.
5 of those that you have currently equipped.
That's
right?
good.
Like a Reaver knife or something like that. That's an option. You can turn on.
That's a good one. That's actually a really good idea. I like it a lot. Well, in the meantime, as it seems like CEC are set in a disastrous realm of grief, Liquid are just riding, and so far they're riding into the sunset with some country music, as it couldn't be more comfortable. Feels like a very easy and cheesy movie. Yampi, now with the sniper action, pretty much can prove as once more what he's capable of.
He was being pushed off. Good utility usage by Team Liquid, but
no
Benny
chance.
unprepared goes in. Yampi with the close range operator just get an easy kill.
And I mean, there you see, the individual prowess is not the only thing Team Liquid bring to the table, as though Shazion is there with one. Surely, that's somewhat of a nice defense, but not much more to do. Really, Kuba can try, Kuba can fight, and Kuba could do his best, but I do not see him take that one, as he most likely won't put them in a world of trouble. As the Vipers are in the grass and they're moving towards you, the man is spotted, known, and on the radar. Liquid really can't rule out the position, but
Well, they split. They get 2 angles to
that's
make sure
right.
that they're not being rounded up. But there's
There
the
you
one
go.
win. Kuba with 31 HP has the recon arrow, but he's being backstabbed by Link. Link
now
is
he must
currently in
know.
lamps.
I mean, now at this point in time, I think he should have had the awareness. Link still needs the pistol. Surely he doesn't. He should know actually the HP about it, but still.
Kuba!
There's the triple. Unlucky timing for Kuba. And 11-1.
Why was he pointing on the wall? Why was he not looking at the entrance?
Questions over questions.
Right? This was a little bit odd. And I mean, there are 2 things really odd in this. Why Link? Yeah, like, he should have gotten the info, right? How much damage was being given to Sova. Like, Sky was dead, I think, first one, if I remember correctly. Link actually killed Sky as the first blood. And then there's no heal. So whatever damage Team Liquid done to Kuba, that should have been that information should have been relayed to Link, and Link should have been 31 HP. All right, let me pick up something else. Then an operator up close, but he was still standing with the operator. He got the kill, but I feel like that was just been gifted by Kuba and his lack of let's say. Never mind. That doesn't matter. Let's just go with the quick execute here on heaven.
Let's take a look at it. As right now, Shazon is absolutely in the worst spot. They have the counter ready. The wall's coming up onto Teleporter. Screams like 1, 2. No, not happening this time around. But this allows them a lot of movement because they were aware. Okay, the A side players rotated. Seems like then we have a fairly open A, especially as Yampi is taking their attention. Take out Kuba, and welcome to the free real estate called A site.
All 4 versus 3. Musashi with 48 HP, no heal available. Lucid has as ghost available.
Spike planted.
The retake is being done, but how do you approach this?
There.
How it's so odd. Like you don't have your Sova. Musashi's now is being given the info to the opponents, but Soulcast fails with the kill. Doesn't even land 1 shot.
Yeah, very odd for somebody like Soulcast. This caliber should usually hit quite well, as in the meantime, it does seem that could become problematic. Lucid strikes some Cryptics as well. It's a 2v2, and Yampi is there together with Link. Bring the 12th one on the board.
The crossfire was nasty. That was very hard to defend. And maybe Cryptics, like, if you would have one more smoke to just put it from one flank. Otherwise, very tough retake to do for CEC and Liquid. Good decision making, and also just wanted to point out, I think they played 3 frenzies on attack.
You're right. Yeah.
Scream had 1, and then I've seen Yampi and Link with 1, but I'm not certain if 1 wasn't picked up by someone. I have seen a Prime frenzy and 1 Elder Flame frenzy, so for sure 2 at least. The Marshall doesn't do much, and Link gets the kill.
They line up?
He misses.
Well, the thing is, they funny-wise lined up to each other, and he was hidden for a second. As in the meantime, Kuba knows how to use Lamp, and I'm sure Lofar is already screaming Bucky internally. But in the meantime, it's pretty much a retake that can't work that easily, especially if the judge has spoken his verdict. It's still only 1 out of 2. Means that Jason stands a chance. Not the ideal weapon, that's for sure, but now he can prove what he's made of, but it's not enough for now. Liquid. Masterclass, I would say.
Well, there's no way of saying this.
I suspect Team Liquid will also want to stick to what they do best, like we have seen them so far, you know, with Scream on that Phoenix. I know chat was a really big fan of seeing Scream on this agent, and you were as well, Lothar.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's not much to add from what I've also said before, but in general, like this match is one of those matches that we kind of want to see something exciting happening, and in this case an upset happening, right? But it's so unlikely. But I really hope that CEC Colin will show up big, you know, on Ascent, and I want to see this being a close. Liquid is on the attack, and we're gonna build up a split on A short and A lobby.
Right. And as they start with the fashion, as they start with the action, Cryptics and Co. charge mainly down to mid. Over short, they'll come any second soon, and they will gratefully take. Benny is ready for a little bot, but he's blind, putting it out. First one fails. Musashi's out. Boombot does his job, and that nade might just end Scream's career. Nope, ain't happening. Can't move away, but what a fatal mistake by movement. More is coming here, Lofar. Spike's about to go down, and Benny collapses.
Kuba on 22 HP. Oh, he's in an awkward spot. Yampi finds the leg inside of the smoke. Link now just goes after the drone. Maybe he takes the control of heaven, but Shazen has a turret ready, but has to hide. He gets spotted by the drone. Oh, that's an awful situation. He still gets a headshot, but then dies to Yampi, and that's about it. The first round goes to Team Liquid. I don't think that's a big surprise so far. So far we have seen in this match, but man, heartbreaking so far for CEC. They really will need that pistol round.
I mean, the momentum would have really helped them. That's
sure.
something I would have fully agreed on. But you know, it's Team Liquid that finally need to prove themselves. That lineup is consistently struggling in 2021. You know, somewhat doing nice at Red Bull Home Ground, doing okay at Blast Invitational, but ever since Stage 1 Challengers 1, we haven't seen them. And this is right now the kind of battleground where they need to show that this time they had has been used to advance. And so far, it looks like a rock-solid team.
You could say they're solid, but yet liquid.
Well, if you want to say that, sure you can, but...
Yeah, I did it. Okay.
It's okay.
Man, I wish we had a Stinger, a Wasteland Stinger. It would have been such a great skin for that gun. Anyway, I digress. 5 people from Liquid slowly going towards B. Remember, this is a eco round for CEC. So they're trying to stack one side. This is why we see those 3 people in the mid, 2 guys on A trying to play retake, so they can overcome with numbers. This is why we're not gonna see anyone defend the side, because it's fruitless with just a classic. There's the pain shell destroying the turret, dealing some damage to Scream. Now he closes the door.
Right click Musashi. All right, we're getting there. Running out of ammo at one point. Pure Musashi tries Kuba on his own, and it seems like the default pistol needs to close it out. Ain't happening here. And so, Liquid again on solid and strong.
And we see Scream only 3 out of 6 on his ultimate. One would expect that he's already having it, right? But it's not this time. And he will not have run back for this round against CEC with all rifles. And this is, as was on Bind, this is the crucial round. This is the one that is so important for CEC to close out with as minimal casualties as possible, because you don't want to rebuy those rifles, super expensive ones. And for Liquid, this is where, even if we don't win the round, that's fine. Let's just kill some people and let's get that economy dragged down to mud.
Well, I love to see Yampi on this here. You know, it's a Bucky. It's Lofar's favorite, I would say.
I love it, man. And Prime skin is so good. I love the really deep sound of it, but Paranoia opens up. Musashi has to fall back. Yampi throws it up.
Oh, surprisingly, he's
That
not.
doesn't kill, right?
No, but look at the HP though. It was a thing. I think I very much saw that it was a thing. In the meantime, Benny's now starting his show. Soulcast all on his own, and that Paranoia is hitting him hard. Gotta make a work and play of his own. 5 players that are left on the field, and surely not the best weapon to look for. Grabs that orb, which is, well, the only helpful thing he can do right now in the scenario. And that wonderful dart taken out. He has a lot of freedom towards mid, though.
Picking up the orb is actually very important because now it's guaranteed that he'll have Hunter's Fury for the next round without even killing anyone. Because if he will just die, he gets another orb. One thing I want to point out, Benny this time on Raze instead of the Sky, and he's looking sharp right now. This is rounding up as a maybe even a flawless round for CEC, something they so badly needed to build that economy. There's Liquid Soulcast with the shot through with the Marshall, but he dies to the one way, and that is an awkward position to be in when you try to snipe someone and there's big blue-black smoke in front of you.
It's a good point you have with Benny, because usually playing Sky only except on Ascent. That is where he switches to nothing else than Raze, and he outclasses, just, you know, statistically an average, Musashi. Set 278 ACS he's rocking on that agent. Absolutely superb, but at the end of the day, is it going to be a big game changer in the long run?
And this is the moment where Team Liquid invests fully into their rifles, and it's a fair game. Full buy against a full buy. 4 people going through mid, but Yampi dies first to Musashi. Oh, this shot for the smoke.
No circumstance where he should have come out of that alive. Scream, by the way, now a single point away from his ult. So they very much might be eager to grab that in B main as they all move as a unit. Scream, go get orb. Could be the next target. Nope, they don't show themselves too much. Moves around. Come on, give it to him.
There you will see on the feed that Scream picked it up right now. They know this is happening. The rotation has to be happening right now. I'm a little surprised that CSC didn't go through with the rotation yet, but there's Scream with the first kill against Jason. Oh,
Too nasty. Never let this man have his ults, but better run away when he does. Still, Benny tries, but they all obliterate them over on the B side. This is really a warning sign. When you see him with this kind of ultimate, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. It's really the Scream show at that point.
that is true. One thing I want to point out, it's something that it actually helps on every level. If you're a casual player, if you're a ranked player, if you're playing on competitive level or even pro level, paying attention to the ultimate count at every single time that you know that someone that has like a very impactful ult is 5 out of 6, you're most likely gonna go for that orb, and you see like someone like a Phoenix pick it up, right? You don't even have to know, but when it lights up that someone picked up an orb and gets an ultimate, that's the moment when you know where exactly he is, and the rotation can be triggered even when seeing your opponent. This is where I feel like CEC could have triggered that rotation from A already, and Lucid should be running full sprint towards B, so he would have been ready to help his teammates to deal with Scream going in there with the run it back.
Extremely valid point, but at the same time, you know, I have to be honest, if that would have brought them any difference, you know, it's a Scream at the end of the day. Jumpy, in the meantime, starting his ballet, immediately beheaded, and those tiny little daggers getting through the head of the Finn bring him out to only 4. Time's ticking low. Liquid is patient about this. On an Ascend, usually, their attack times are somewhat fast, mostly between 20 and 35 seconds. You see most of their plans, most, one word in this, while they planned all over the specter of time.
30 seconds left. Musashi, the jet difference right now, finds an opponent on mid. That's a Sova. That most likely indicates where the team is going, because why would that guy will be alone? And that means they'll have to defend on B.
Yeah, they
Kuba
do.
is ready, gets the kill.
Look at the timing though. 10 seconds and they'll make it on the A side. Doors pried open. And this means this It's the spike coming down, but oh, Benny might just having a problem with that. Nope. Man is not finding anything with it. And it's Scream, who's still not dead. It's Link falling. Scream show has started. It's the question. Yep, for now, for sure. One after another might come. Benny, not. He's out, but 6 HP. Bring it home.
I have to give it to CEC. They look way better than Unbind. Benny, confident, so confident. Look at this round. There's no fear. There's only like intent behind every single move he made. And although that crossfire was a little bit awkward with Lucid, they still get it in the end because Scream was just manhandled in a few seconds before and was just at 7 HP if I'm not mistaken. So this was well played, and Liquid a little bit sloppy on the timer though. Now in the mid, we see the drone scouting and then the counter drone to stop the push. There's this smoke to counter that drone, but still someone was tagged. And this is Solkas with the openings. Hunter's Fury, he gets one tag. He gets the third one on B to maybe, by chance, hit that Killjoy. But it didn't matter. Wait, he actually had no tags.
No,
that
it's
was
0.
only from the drone. Zero damage done by the Hunter's Fury. This is not an ideal scenario, but Scream will try to get that over again. Gets a 3 out of 6.
Not only that, look at the room. I think that Hunter's Fury opened up a lot of room right here for Yumpy.
Yumpy is in the mid, and he's just guarding that. If someone will try to get a peekaboo in the mid, there goes Yumpy. I mean, he doesn't have to go. He just stands there and press mouse man, you know?
Sure.
Look, this is such a good position for him. And no one expects the Jet. Jet being a lurker, but hey, Benny spots the first contact, gets these pain shots, but pays the price for the overpeak, and Solkas and Yumpy get 2 kills.
Yeah, and I'm fairly sure that actually Musashi had an awareness on Yumpy. At the same time, Spike's going down, Scream's planting that thing. Obviously, you want his ult, and oh, there's number 4, pretty much secure. Yumpy beheaded. And that is the Vandal coming at you. High caliber, pretty much shredding your brain into pieces. Still, that is possible. As though a Killjoy would be pretty much that perfect little tool you would need right now. It's time to revitalize CEC as they seem to fling towards the side of A. Fine frags. And here they go. Here's the bot for you. Oh, Scream is gonna be spotted. Needs to make a move. Suddenly, he's eliminated. And this means Link is all on his own. Not really a long-range weapon. Still, gotta make the move around. Still gotta find Kuba. And he does find Kuba. At the end of the day, it's half though. And this means the third one is coming. Liquid is struggling at the moment.
Yeah, and you know how this happened? Yumpy opened up with that beautiful kill mid together with Solkas, but then overpeaked on Heaven A. And when he died, he opened up a lot of possibilities for CEC. Then another play by Liquid was actually pretty smart. I'm not gonna lie. Cryptix was standing on the boxes next to Heaven and was waiting for the flash from Scream. When Scream flashed Heaven, he peeked on the to see those opponents being flashed, but unfortunately whiffed some shots and then gets killed. And that leaves just Link and Scream on site, and they didn't have a crossfire setup once that plan failed on Heaven. But now this is where the round. This is something that we didn't see on Bind a single time. This is where Liquid struggles with economy. They have 4 Deagles, sheriffs, my bad, and a Bulldog. They wanted to go for the orb for Scream because he's 5 out of the 6, but they got pushed out by Sova's drone. So now they have to kind of compensate with mid control, which is successful. Jet, Yumpy in this case, has a little bit of control, but has no idea if still someone might be on Pizza. Slowly but surely you have an advancement towards A short. Solkas will spearhead that with the drone, and everyone else will follow. No, not really. They know about the operator now, and the painters are both players here pointing towards the A short. Now they go through market, but the doors are closed.
They might be close, but that big problem I see is Kuba. Well, taking it back. Defender Killjoy is now maybe the bigger problem. If they find Shazion, they might just also be able to destroy that ult. You just gotta find it. You gotta find that ult. Otherwise, you all might be trapped. Nope, taking that back. You just gotta find Lucid, and there you aren't. And so, one player is detained. I think that could be Link, who's actually having his hands in front of his face, but he now gotta do it all on his own. Surely, HP-wise, he's looking more than fine, whilst the others are in a bit of a problematic scenario. Cryptix has the ult in his hand, but Scream is obviously clearing the case. New else than the salient Belgian pretty much sailing to victory.
The numbers being the thing that tipped the scale towards Team Liquid when they went through that market, and Kuba was prepared for that with the Odin, but he wasn't prepared to flick between so many targets. So he gets overwhelmed with the amount of people just peeking through that through the doorway. And then on CT, when we have seen that was Link waiting for Scream to go into the smoke with him, flash, so he peeks CT and gets a kill, and that was so important to get a little bit more of that confidence there on that round. Well played by Liquid.
Very well played by Liquid, and I think last weekend for the qualifiers, we saw a very interesting pattern of teams struggling in the beginning and actually at one point just getting the momentum for themselves. Maybe this is the same thing right here. As for now, it seems like the flank could become a problem, but Scream is entering the site. Yumpy's making a lot of noise. Confusion should make CEC collapse, as this is the alarm bot giving them all the signs they've needed.
Oof. Massacre right now in this round. Massacre. But you know, under-equipped. CEC calling, but with a headshot from Kuba. He has the same name as me, by the way.
Isn't your name Jakub? Is Kuba Jakub?
Well, in theory, it's not the same name, but people in Poland use it like simultaneously. It's, you know, as a synonym, basically. But it's not exactly the same.
Right,
but
right.
People use it as a synonym.
Remember my good Czech friend also being actually Jakub, but called Kuba. So here comes the knowledge. In the meantime, here comes the victory for Liquid. It seems like that one round, pardon, the 2 rounds, could very much make the difference, especially right now, right here, Lofar, because look at the money on CEC. It's low as hell.
I call wall hacks. And by the way, if you point your barrel a little bit to the left, you can spam through a wall in B garage that goes to a B link on mid, where Scream is currently standing. Like, you can scan that position and you can hit him and deal damage from B.
Yeah, you know, once more, you've learned something. Better clip those. Lofar advice during VCT.
Yeah, that's
that could be an entire series.
I'm the professor, like Professor Oak.
Well, thank you very much for that, Tudor. In the meantime, the attacker Killjoy should pretty much rule out the A side. As though the positioning for me from, well, Musashi could be something you need to pay attention to, but alternatively, the big issue is that the spike could be now very much something CEC needs to point out for, but oh, Yumpy. You heard Killjoy, that's for sure. It moves away, and that's enough distraction for now.
Man, who would have expected Yumpy being a lurker, but now he gets lurked on himself. Benny with that kill. Oh, Musashi, he's not affected by the molly.
No, he's not.
That went for market.
Oh, patience is calling.
Not there.
Ah, it's not enough though. Cryptic's got to run on the side right now, but no, I think that ain't working. You see, Kuba's waiting. Again, the Odin in his hands. And this is an unusual Liquid. I'll say that again. You more likely see them really get that aggression going between like the 20 and 35 second mark. In that time period, once the time has passed, they are attacking. Hardly towards the end. And again, when they attack towards the end, well, that's the B side, but obviously failed horribly in this one.
One enemy remaining.
I'm honestly a little bit baffled by Team Liquid's fundamentals failing a little bit here. Because they had other piece of utility to not have to check those corners, right? One more nanoswarm was available for Cryptics. He could have used that to clear either the boat or the logs for that, especially since... Okay, never mind. This is a pretty ballsy move from Yumpy. He just went...
There you go.
Oh, he pays the price because he didn't have the dash. But I really liked how the paranoia was being comboed with that dash to avoid the detection from the boom bot. But it's now 4 versus 5, and Liquid don't have the jet anymore.
I know.
Yumpy, you fin.
I think it works. If you call Yumpy a yet, I think this is the only time I find it very valid to call it like that. At the same time, the counter jet in form of Musashi is proving laser-like accuracy, as though here comes the counter, here comes the party as well. A little wasted, you could say. But at the same time, if it works, it works. Now 55 seconds. Cryptic's all on his own. Loses his head in the meantime.
I like the micro adjustments I could have seen here from Cryptix. He heard the satchel in. You can see the readjustment of the crosshair placement. He wasn't holding it now in his like default position for the peak. He was holding it for a jump with the satchel. But then he heard 2 steps on heaven. He was like, yeah, this doesn't matter. Like what's happening with that satchel? I have to go to my other side and try to kill someone peeking me from heaven because that's the more important angle. Then he can still re-peek against Benny in the doorway. And nice awareness, but ultimately, you know, very low odds of success because of just, you know, being outnumbered. Kuba spots Yumpy. Yumpy goes back, has now the judge, and that is being known. So if you know that the judge is being present with the jet, that means she's gonna try to close the quarters with you, right? She's gonna go very fast on site. There's no other way of playing this scenario.
There is none. You're absolutely right. And Kuba,
he's still standing there.
Yeah, he's still... I mean, at this point in time, getting punished. Does get him punished. Yumpy still somewhat suicidal, it sometimes feels like. As in the meantime, every single piece of utility used by Team Liquid, they want to make this work. They seem to do it work. And as Scream is right now punishing... Oh, well, it's Soulcast stealing it away from him. It doesn't even matter. Lucid blinded, Lucid out. And here is the 6th. Closing out the half could now go in favor of Liquid.
I'm nitpicky, right? But I'm that guy. Like once you hear that judge, I'm 100% certain Sova and Shazian, so Kuba and Shazian should just fall back towards end of sight, towards back of sight, and hold like from stairs or from the back of sight, so the judge doesn't really do much. And he had an Odin. Once he hears that dash, he can just spam through the wall on the pavement, on the highway, right? Next to the site and just get a kill for that. Like, this was really sloppy from CEC calling here.
Agreed. Very much agreed. And now it is Musashi trying to grab some territory. On the right-hand side, Link awaits him. Oh, he fails with the daggers. Yep, I mean, to some degree. It's a... Well, it's a trade, but is it a very successful one considering what you all put into it? I don't know. As though this is a big issue. This is Kuba striking, and this is very uncomfortable right now. Scream's ult perfectly used. As though, does he really want to take that attack? Nope, they all fall back.
I'm not certain if I saw that correctly, but I think Scream uses ultimate to counter the hit from Hunter's Fury, right?
Maybe.
Because he was at half HP and he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna risk being hit, so I'm just gonna use the run it back to get me to 100 health and not being hit again and killed.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and Lucid is pretty much right now making it all clear for CEC. Let's get that tie going for us. And as Yumpy, together with Scream, will try. Surely this is the kind of duo you want to see this doing. And now the Finn can prove how ice cold he is. Mentality surely has it for that. Experience, same thing. 25 bullets left in the mag to rewrite the book of that round number 12, as still stays down the A side, pretty much does so, is not very aware of what's coming his way, but here is the smoke, second one as well, and this is the spike getting down, 10 seconds, hopes that they push through, but timer's still ticking, starts it again, fakes it again, beheads nobody else than Kuba, but he doesn't need to do it, no, for Christ's sake, Yumpy, could have been yours, unfortunately, it seems like Shazion outplayed you there.
I mean, Shazian was actually peaking.
Yeah,
That could have been a win for Liquid and could have been a 7-5 instead of a 6-6. I actually butt clenched a little bit, you know, because that was nervous. That was a little bit like exhausting mentally to see that peak from Shazian, but I guess he took the risk and Yumpy missed his shot. And now 6-6, I'm happy. I'm happy to see this because CEC, although a little bit sloppy, but Team Liquid is sloppy as well, and now we have a closer match, right? But attacking for CEC calling should be, on paper, way more difficult than defending.
Yes.
So let's see how that will go, because first and foremost, lack of a 6-charger utility, right, for the ultimates, and not that much flashes available. Like just the blind from Paranoia, but they go fast on the A side, and they're just being given away some real estate here. It's a free real estate.
It is a free real estate, a lot of room, and a lot of possibility for the Musashi to strike. Starting off with star player Scream, as he has been taken off the server and is allowed to eat some dirt for this round. Soulcast and Co gotta really put one coordinated aggression in, as Musashi is making a name for himself. Surely there's a double coming in. The triple? Well, he's trying. He's getting it. 3 frags found. More to come, as Benny, Lucid, and Kuba are the low HP. Yumpy is taking them as a snack, and as he started with that, surely he's gonna order the meal. Is he gonna get the feast though, is the question. Moves on, misses the first, ain't happening. Lucid is falling, and that is Link finishing the case. What a play it is, and that is Chaos, brought to you by Yumpy.
What a play by Yumpy. That's I don't know if it's signature move by CNED, but I have seen so much done by CNED, like this jump on generator. It's such a chaotic move to follow, because you first dash, then you updraft, and you updraft over the generator, and you have 2 options. You either land on the generator directly, or you just fall down on side, like Jumpy. I mean, he was Jumpy in this case. But it's really such a tough move to counter.
Yeah.
Like you have to, especially when you're low sense. Like imagine adjusting to that. Like it's so tough, right? Poof.
Right. And well, I think I have to say, and you pointed it out, a big problem is CE calling has a 53.6 attack win rate. Liquid has a, and now it's getting crazy really, 67% win rate on defense. So it is a major difference. Though you have to say, Ascent 80% win rate on attack for Liquid. That didn't look like that.
Oh, good flash from Scream. He gets the first peak, but he doesn't risk, because now he's backed up by Yumpy, and now they hold the mid. They know there are 4 players there. Scream. Now he goes close. He gets at a close angle. He spams. He gets the kill. Goes to the classic. Will he right click? No, 1 bullet. What is happening here?
I have no idea. They try to stir towards mid. Scream though. Classic action from classic Scream. Lucid falling. There we go. 8-6 it is. And we talked about, you know, CEC.
No, wait, what? No way. No way that Scream just picked up a Marshall instead of his Spectre. Did I just see that? Or did he give it to someone else?
I think he gave it to Yumpy.
Because he picked, like Yumpy died.
Yeah.
He has a Spectre, right? Does he give it to someone else? I'm actually not certain.
No, it didn't look like me. Look, he's in there. He's getting those frags, and I think at that point in time, replay is running out. There you go.
Unlucky, but I mean, he picked up the Marshall. I'm just not. If he gave that Spectre to someone else, that's fine. Otherwise, it's a 500 credit loss, essentially, unless they really need that Marshall on Yumpy and don't want to rebuy even a Spectre. Interesting choice. I would like to analyze that more in depth later, but CEC calling now with those rifles coming in on A lobby, trying to get the orb control. Yumpy goes A shot. Oh my god, what a play by Scream! He caught Benny in his molly, and then with the flash, Benny was just oblivious to what's happening. His feet were burning.
Yeah. As they were burning, Yumpy's not getting any damage. Same for good old Scream. And this means they can remain in the position they are. Still no damage dealt. Still all good and fine. Problem for Yumpy is he has to play this close range. And obviously, as he's absolutely paranoid, out of this world, it couldn't be more dreadful for him. In the meantime, flash from Scream. Now, capitalize on the first. Second one is granted, and the triple comes in with Link pretty much closing the chapter. You get yourself a 9th.
Why is Kuba jumping in with a bow?
Questions
to
over
a
questions.
smoke?
It's Robin Hood.
That was all. That was really all well played by Scream. He heard the reload cue, right? He knows exactly where his opponent is. This is why he went for the flash and insta peek. Then he hears the step on the right. He's prepared for all of that. You can see like how it's building up in front of his like imagination, right? How this plays out. And it exactly played out how he imagined, for sure. This is how he wanted to play it out. So this is like the game sense coming in. Now, run it back available for Scream for the retake, but Musashi went in, but didn't check all his angles and pays the price. But Cryptics, oh, he's still alive, but that Scream actually dies on market.
Yeah, and well, as you see right there, Soulcast is striking, Kuba is falling, everybody from Liquid. They're just right now on cruise control, really. No scenario where CEC was overcoming this strong walls. You can't try to besiege them with anything. No opportunity. 10-6, double digit secured. Weaponry is fine. Pretty much Warren Buffett right now, wallet-wise, on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, this is looking really rough for CEC calling right now, and they're low on bank, right? Liquid is again flowing in cash like they did on bind. They're basically Scrooge McDuck right now, and still, even with those two Spectres, they are favored in this one.
Yeah.
Look at Scream. He just goes in with the run back. He clears all the angles with the molly. He knows that someone might be on the left side. He's jumping. He wanted to get that jump and right click at the end. This is a very smart move because you actually extend a little bit of your vision by jumping in the last second.
Spike down.
In the meantime, CEC want to extend their lifetime in this game. Find the frag. Yumpy's taking the room. And he's taking his life. Means also the ult is right here and might just stop the show of Liquid. That room is massive that right now has been gained by CEC.
Scream missed the headshot. Uncharacteristic.
Oh, very uncharacteristic.
Jason with the 6 HP. He has to change his position because of the shock dart. He was pushed out of the position and then gets fed to the Lions. But Link knows about the plan happening. Banny only 30 HP. They know about it. There was no heal available. Kuba
what?
Gets flanked.
You can't
Doesn't
check that.
his corner. Lazy a little bit on the check, but Banny, even though gets the first kill, it's so hard to play the off angle like that. Like, you need to be out in the open from one position if you want to get that kill on Scream on Heaven. So very tough to defend. And 11 points for Liquid right now. Very close. And if I'm not mistaken, now we're gonna see, yeah, the cash is not good for CEC calling. The cash is not good. They're gonna play with what do we have here? We have 3. Actually, it's not that bad. Scratch what I just said. Only 2 small shields. I thought the utility is actually in a worse state than it was. I guess they died before using the utility. So it's actually not terrible.
Yeah, well,
Blessing in disguise.
Finance Consulting Lofar here. How can we help you, CEC?
Nice shock dart to stop from a push on a lobby, but that didn't happen. But hey, Yumpy gets overconfident, gets killed by Musashi on mid.
That's worrying right now. This is an aspect that I would have not expected that Liquid fall to again and again. I mean, this is what I meant, the entry thing, right? We never saw it on bind, not once. Here, it happens more often, more frequent, and it's more worrying as Musashi is capitalizing on a jumping Soulcast getting away. The Huntress Fury finds another victim.
I got the spike.
Well, they take their time. It's 3 versus 5. It's still very doable for Liquid. They know about that. This is why CEC is right now very slow on their movement. They want to group up as 5. They don't want the lurker. They need to. They don't need to, but they want to move as a unit right now because they know that numbers give them the huge advantage. Benny goes with the showstopper, is blinded by paranoia, goes in, doesn't know what's happening. 21 HP. He misses the showstopper, but it gives the team space for the plant.
It gives them a lot of space. Further on, Scream and his crew, if they really recover themselves in this round, I genuinely think it's not possible. As, you know, sure, they have the money, right? So they're gonna dare. I would be surprised if they don't try to at least decrease the money. And this is what I talk about. Yeah, and now they really want to decrease it. And look at it. They're still on it. They're still trying, and they still want to make this possible. Here's the little bot calling. They're not in the range of the Killjoy. Link surely has to do something. Time's ticking. See you later. But they can't capitalize it on that easily. Cryptus tries, finds 2. That is his bot actually making the move. Still, it is working to some degree as he wants to find more and more. On the right-hand side, Kuba awaits him. This is still good economic damage.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe more?
Kuba has both Shazen and Kuba have to rebuy armor as well, and the full utility because they use everything basically. While Lucid, Banny, and Musashi are on the lower lower side when it comes to the cash that they have available. You see Lucid with 2.6 after he bought the full shield, so most likely contemplating now other choices. And there we go. There's a small shield instead of the big shield. And we see 3 small shields, but 5 rifles. When it comes to utility, everything is available, so that's not that bad. Lucid has his ultimate available. Ooh, Kuba gets counted. That's a good lineup to counter the drone. 100 credits to counter a drone worth 300 credits and deal half of a DHP.
Profit.
What a deal.
What a deal.
Yeah, best trade deal I have ever seen.
Buy now and you get yourself another owl drone for Soulcast. And as he's moving that one down middle,
Here.
poor Kuba struggling and slow on HP. Gets his start out but doesn't find any information. Musashi though, nobody even had a clue.
Great timing from Musashi, very aware lurk, and that allowed him to just go for that.
Yumpy!
Beautiful by Yumpy. He just ignored it. He baited his opponents into peeking. Scream gets the kill. Link gets the kill on the side, and now Lucid and Jason alone. But no ammo for Link.
So, seems like right now, Secret, pardon, Scream, is gonna be the one who's taking
Placing swarm grenade. 30
another
seconds left.
bullet into his head. At the same time, I mean, surely he has got so much information. He himself got his team in a good spot.
Swarm
Take down
grenade
Shazion, the 16-year-old who was rejected from Rainbow Six Siege Pro League, is now trying to make his mark in Valorant. And as he's trying to make his mark, Yumpy Airlines is coming. Does he get a free flight out of the server? Yes, he does. See you later. 12th round for Liquid, secured. And that is a deal so far.
I really liked what Shazen tried to achieve. He saw that the turret is not encountering him when he was next to Generator and close to Heaven, so he wanted to change his
Match
position
point.
without giving away exactly where he was. But the moment Yumpy goes through the doorway and checks the left side of the Generator, that's where everyone knows where he is. That's the moment when he cannot be a Generator because the other side is being checked by Cryptics, and now he's under Heaven. He's known. A little bit sloppy peek from Liquid, but still Yumpy prevails with that glide in the air and the knives like just being so precise. Whatever he's doing, like this is the power of Jet when it comes to the Stone Blaze and the glide. Like your opponent cannot really have a good crossover placement against you, and yet you have the perfect accuracy and no recoil.
Volkaz now coming in. Musashi is punishing. Absolutely perfect, capitalizing on that very stone kind of Soulcast. Can't move, no button to press. At the same time, the ults on the side of Team Liquid are good. As I say that, problem just might occur. So, yep, that is Link in a very uncomfortable spot. Scream on his own, got his ult ready if he wants to use it. Doubt that he's gonna do so. 78 points of health left. Dare to peek Scream, risky kind of thing to do. As Musashi is now isolated from it. He could hover above it. Does he see him? Wait a second! Big mistake, Musashi! But someone is running out of ammo.
Oh my, imagine Scream having a little bit more ammo, like just
would've
maybe
done it.
1-2 bullets. Oh no, never mind, he was a full HP Benny, so you needed like 2 bullets, essentially. But that was so close. The whip from Musashi was a little bit tragic, sorry. But the opening on Sova was beautiful. This is why I stopped playing Sova in solo queue, by the way. Because I was always caught off guard by a Jet. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to do that anyway, you know, anymore. But it's beautiful. People started taking advantage of Sova's droning. Like we see aftershocks being used by Breach. We see the paint shells, the lineups from Shock Darts. They're being harassed.
Absolutely.
Right now, the Sova players.
Need a bodyguard for that.
Yep. Or someone will just say like, you know what? You're standing most likely in a spot where there's a Shock Dart coming because I hear it.
Also
Or a
good.
paint shells. And you're like, oh.
Talking about Shock Darts. There you go.
Here, exactly this, right? But I mean, he didn't learn. Kuba didn't learn from this. Previous round, he was being punished by that. And again, he does the same thing. Oh, Oh, Scream with the judge. Oh, he's holding the angle. Oh, Yampi has to dash, right? Does he do it?
No, it's Musashi who's actually fully obliterated. There's the judge speaking his verdict out of the server. See you next time around. And as he pretty much puts his body in the body bag right there, the boys are still in a bit of a world of trouble. Man disadvantage and one of their carry players eliminated. 40 more seconds to now make a move. And, well, no one's ready again.
Well, the dread of the judge might be a thing again. He has
There you go.
no ammo anymore,
30 seconds.
but he gets the second kill.
That's so strong. Take a look at it. The ult slightly misses. We're actually back into a man equalized scenario. Now does the shock dart make the difference? Shazon's out. Welcome to the artillery fire that's electrifying you. It seems like high voltage is getting them any time, but Kuba seems to exactly know what to do with this one. But wait a second, is that
No, that's...
something on the spike, isn't it? Oh, no chance. That round should be done and dusted. Loose it. Last man standing, and that single Omen is out of the game.
Player standing.
Esto?
Okay.
Let's try.
It was bounced. It was bounced. It was a valiant effort by Kuba, but they